Hi, in this video, I'll be explaining about Chapter 7 from the book Transportation Management with SAP TM. So, first is career selection. So, the career selection process is very important in determining the most reliable and cost efficient career for fleet orders. So, this process can be done manually, like using optimization algorithm or through auction. Career selections will evaluate through multiple factors such as cost, priorities, incompatibilities, and any obligations they have. So depending on the scenarios, career will have the choice to choose the criteria to ensure optimal transportation efficiency. So this image shows how career selection process is initiated, either interactively through fleet order user interface or from a work list that shows fleet orders. So the process can also be executed in the background. So the system determines available carriers based on various factors such as transportation mode, lanes, and fleet order details before filtering out incompatible carriers. And next is the available carriers. So the image shows how the system determines very available carriers by looking at the means of transport and transportation lane for each stage of fleet order. So this considers both specific and general transport lanes and uses an overall carrier availability flag to further refine the selection. So this flag affects which carrier remains available for consideration. Next is ranking list. So this image shows us to prioritize carrier based on decision criteria like transportation cost and priority. So carriers have their list in which they'll have the order of suitability with top rank carrier not necessarily being the cheapest, and they'll have constraints such as transportation allocation or business share, and will have influence. This will influence their ranking, and this list actually serves as a guide for either career assignment or trending. And next image is the background report for career selection. So this shows this report is actually generated during background career selection. So the report will have details how selection is conducted and what criteria are considered. So this process can be initiated through planning strategies or through scheduling background jobs. So automatically doing the selection while also to considering the present constraints is very important in this. And next is the objective of the career selection optimizer. So the career selection optimizer's objective is to assign the most appropriate career, often the cheapest for fleet order. So this will transform the problem into a mixed integer linear problem, which is the MILP, and takes into account cost, penalties for non-compliance with obligations, and business shares and discounts for continuous movers. And next is the this image shows the target distribution of fleet orders among various carriers. So this image shows how shares are enforced with penalty costs for non-compliance, the business share constraints, which allows carriers to receive percentage of the orders, which will ensure compliance with long-term contractual obligations. And next is continuous move. This figure shows how describes two types of continuous movers: simple continuous movers and round trip people. So these movers allows carriers to reduce the cost by carrying multiple freight orders using the same vehicle or resource, either on return trip or sequential routes. So proximity is the time in this, and distance between orders influence whether contractual movement is allowed or not. And next is constraints. So this allow the constraints actually involved is gets involved in career selection, which also includes transportation allocation, business shares, and incompatibilities. So allocation enforces capacity limits for specific areas, while business share ensures the distribution of fleet orders across carriers. And incompatibilities also arise from factors like hazardous goods, restriction for or customer preference. So this figure shows how transportation allocations are created, specifying trade lanes, location, modes of transport, and carrier details. So these allocations set limits on the minimum and maximum amount of freight orders a carrier can handle, which ensures balanced assignment across the different carriers. And next is business share. So the image shows the how business shares are defined by geographical and logistical parameters. So they allocate the fleet among carriers as percentage rather than the then abstract numbers, which helps in enforcing long-term career relationship while also balancing order distribution. So next is this figure shows an example of various how various elements like transportation zones, allocation, and business shares are processed during career selection. It also highlights how different constraints interact in real world scenarios. And next is configuration. So the configuration process of career selection involves setting up profile, transportation lanes, zone allocation, and business share. So this will ensure that career selection is aligned with organization needs and constraint, automatically selecting the selection based on predefined criteria. And this image shows the configuration setting for career selection, like with key parameters like strategy, cost origin, transportation charge interpretation, and business share usage. So these settings control how career selection is executed, whether through cost or priority based approach. And next is planning strategy for TSPS underscore DF. So this image shows like this includes gathering carrier information, evaluating constraints, and running optimization algorithm. So in each step, it's very it has integrated. Each step is integrated to produce an optimal rank for carrier for fleet orders. So next is fleet order management. This actually involves the creation, assignment, and tracking of fleet orders. So orders can be created manually or automatically through planning process. So fleet orders serve as documents and document which are sent to carriers for execution. So once for the selection and tendering process. And next is configuring and user interface. So the configuring of fleet orders actually determines key details like subcontracting relevance, number range, and charge calculation settings. So this user interface allows for editing and managing uh, orders with selection for item stage and subcontracting among others. Next is the fleet order type customizing. So this showcases the customizing option for different fleet orders types, such as setting default types, defining charge calculation relevance, and determining tendering settings. So these options ensure that each fleet orders aligns with specific transportation needs. So next image shows the fleet order user interface, which consolidates logistical data, business partner information, and cargo details. It also allows users to like track the status of fleet orders and manage the execution, even subcontracting and settlement as well. So next is the fleet order items. This represent either capacity or demand, such as vehicle resource or cargo units. So they can be assigned or edited within the order, with various hierarchies defining how items relate to each other in terms of like loading and capacity management. So next is the fleet orders for pickup and fleet orders for delivery. So fleet orders are created for transferring cargo in both ocean and air fleet process. So in ocean fleet, pickup orders handle container movement from the export gateway to the port of loading, and while delivering orders manage transfers from destination port to the import gateway. So in air fleet, they actually coordinate cargo movement between gateways and airline facilities. So tight integration between fleet booking and fleet orders ensures seamless updates. And changes such as sales, item details, and location or time adjustment are automatically reflected across pickup and delivery orders, therefore keeping all the documents in sync. And this image actually shows how fleet orders for pickup and deliveries are created in ocean or air fleet process. So fleet orders for pickup handle the transfer of containers from an export gateway to the port, while delivery orders manage the transport from the port of destination to import gateway. So this integration of fleet booking within fleet orders ensures the update made in one document are reflected in the other. So next is customer self delivery and pickup process, which allows customers to like either deliver goods themselves or pick them up from a specific location. So these are non-transport element stages are part of the overall logistic chain, so which enable more flexible and customer centric logistic solution. So these stages can be represented as part of the fleet order management system. And next is the fleet orders for customer self delivery and pickup. So this shows how fleet orders are created for customers who choose the delivery or pickup. So it has details like the integration with other fleet documents and how the non-standard fleet orders are handled within the system, which ensures them to ensuring they fit into overall transportation process. Next is the parcel process. So this involves the shipment of smaller, often consumer-oriented package rather than bulk fleet. So it is integrated with the other fleet management process, allows for streamlining handling and tracking for smaller shipment parcel. Also linked with ERP system to for end-to-end tracking and management. So this image actually is shows uh, um, direct shipments, which can be bypass certain intermediate step of moving goods directly from source to destination. So this process is also used to speed up deliveries and optimize transportation by removing unnecessary stages in the logistical chain. And next is the ERP shipment. So this refers to the integration of the SAP with transportation management. So this enables automatic creation and tracking of fleet orders based on shipment documents in the ERP, which ensures synchronization of logistics with border enterprise operation. And next is service orders. So these are related to transportation tasks that needs to be like performed by carrier for logistics service providers. So they are handled similarly to fleet orders, but typically focus on non-fleet service such as loading, unloading, or additional logistics service which is requested by the customer. And this image shows the user interface for service orders, showing how logistical services are requested, managed, and executed. So the interface allows users to like track the status of each service order, manage relevant data, and ensure services are performed accordingly to customer requirement. And next is free training. So this process is like doing bids from carrier to execute fleet orders. So this can be done through peer-to-peer or broadcasting tendering. So it depends on whether the tender is sent to one or multiple carriers. So this process includes collecting bid and selecting the most suitable carrier based on criteria such as cost and availability. So this also, this image actually gives an example of tendering process how it happens, which also shows the communication between the shipyard and multiple carriers. So it outlines steps such as bid submission, career selection, and fleet order assignment. So which also has the best career in by this best career can be choose through competitive tendering. So next is tendering process, how it happens. So it is defined by certain rules and parameters for tendering process such as response time within time windows, evaluating criteria for bid, and automatic selection option based on predefined priorities. So this image shows the setting used in tendering process. So these settings control how tenders are broadcasted, how bids are evaluated, and whether the process is managed manually or automatically. So they also define how to handle rejections, bid updates, and response from carriers. And next is this image shows a background report generated during the tendering process. So the report provides overview of ongoing tender status of bids and result of any auction. So it also helps manage and monitor multiple tenders simultaneously, which ensures timely career selection. And next is tendering overview. So this shows the summarize the entire process from initiating a tender to receiving and evaluating bid. So the key highlight of this step is involved such as creating tenders, broadcasting them to carriers, collecting response, and selecting most suitable offer. And next image shows the Careers Collaboration Portal, which is an online platform where carriers can view tenders, submit bids, and manage the interaction with shippers. So the portal allows for user communication and streamline bid submission, which also enhance the collaboration between shippers and carrier. So this next figure shows how a fleet request for quotation is managed with carriers collaboration portal. So carriers can submit quotes based on the request for quotation, and shippers can compare and evaluate these quotation in real time, and this will facilitate in real time decision making. That's all about chapter 7. Thank you.